representing the members of the team Sweden.
Alright, first we have...
Hello and welcome to the U21 Women's World European Championships in Prague. I am Zach M, joined with...
Hi, I'm Annie Parker, back here for Sweden versus Spain. Another of this morning's Division C games. In Division C we have Italy, Poland, which was an incredible game this morning, and Spain and Sweden, so this will be the second game for Division C this morning. So you're joining us here in Prague. Currently we are going through the rosters of the Swedish team, and then we will go through the rosters of the Spanish team as well before the game gets underway, and captains will be called forward to speak to the officials.
Yeah, both.
17 we have Emily Bacherin. 19 we have Agnes Laurentinzi.
Yeah, it should be. I saw the Sweden-Scotland game in the warm-up practice where Sweden came out on top, actually, which was quite surprising for a lot of people, I think, watching that kind of friendly game that went on before the tournament started. So, you know, there's a lot of expectation weighing on the shoulders of Team Sweden today. They really need to come out dominant on the top of this Division C, and you know, I'm sure the Spanish will make it very, very difficult for them.
And speaking of Spanish, they're led by head coach Rainey Tate Whitworth. A little bit about her: she played lacrosse in high school, along with volleyball, soccer, swim, and cross country.
Wow.
And she was a history major at Southern Virginia University. She played there from 2014 to 2017. And she is a big fan of the Alabama Crimson Tide football team.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming you mean American football.
Yes,
soccer,
American football.
Here we have the Spanish team coming through now.
For today's game, the umpire team. The head umpire, Natalie Morov. Then we have Rianne Ostwood Vichtenes. We have David Brucey Morris and Katarzyna Chlapsova. Now, please rise for the anthem of Team Sweden.
So they are now announcing the officials for this game.
Please remain standing for the anthem of Team Spain.
Teams will now greet each other. Walking across the field, giving each other a high five. Sometimes we get the exchanging of gifts at international games, but it doesn't look like this is the case today. Yeah, it's been great so far actually. Captains will now go up to the officials. The officials will tell them what they're expecting from this game, the level of physicality. That's the the last couple of games that we've had, this Scotland Team Czechia teams, those kind of games, as well as the Italy-Poland game that we had this morning, have been very, very physical, and that's kind of what makes the difference at this international level, is the level of physicality and being able to cope with that level of physicality and pressure on the field, but within what the umpires are expecting, to make it safe as well, and to make sure that we all respect the umpires.
An Aussie goalkeeper she played with at Caulfield across Australia. She loves IKEA, and there's a towel there called a Teflon. Her husband also plays lacrosse, and her daughter, Jala, is playing for her in her first international competition. And beforehand, Teflon said that this is what she's been waiting in line for pretty much her whole life, and she's so excited to be able to play with her. She lived in Syracuse in 1987 for a year, played high school lacrosse there, and brought back to Sweden, where she's continuously trying to grow the sport and make more club teams there. Really inspirational, interesting person in her.
Yeah, you do see this kind of across of the entirety of Europe, that everybody is very, very passionate here. You see that in Barbara, our head of organising the tournament here today. You see it really across Europe, that everybody is very excited to grow the game, and that's what will take this to the next level, and it's what will take us to getting that Olympic bid for LA 2028, which is really exciting to see. Another little piece of information for you about the Swedish management team. They also have co-manager Suzanne Fernhead, whose two daughters are also playing on the Swedish team today, one of which you can see on the screen now, number 9, which is Victoria Fernhead of Wickham Abbey School in Buckinghamshire in England. So that's one of her daughters playing today, who's one of the captains. Her other daughter, Elizabeth Fernhead, is one to watch out for as well, number 14, who is currently studying in London, studying engineering there as well. So it's a very friendly and kind of family-friendly team, the Swedish team, it seems. So very exciting. Huge thank you again to our partners at the European Lacrosse Federation, Czech Lacrosse Union, Czech Women's Lacrosse, as well as the City of Praha, as well, for sponsoring us. We also have our other sponsors, Czech Move, Parkland International School, and as well as Point Bench, who are allowing us to see the stats in real time throughout the games as they progress. So we'll be able to bring you updates on what the stats look like, things like ground balls, things like draw control, as well as who's scoring the most goals, whether there have been any hat tricks as the quarters progress. So we'll bring those stats for you as soon as we have them. Teams getting ready on the field now, you know, getting their cheers, getting each other psyched up, ready for this game. You know, Sweden looking particularly strong over the course of this tournament so far. 3 players to watch out for. So we have Kira Rinska, who is number 18. She's a draw specialist and midfielder, playing at Vero Beach Senior High School, and for her club teams, Florida Select. She has committed to playing at Vanderbilt University in Nashville next year, which is a Division I NCAA university in the States for 2024. So she'll be really one to watch out for through that midfield and on the draw today as well. We also have Ida Moden, who is number 15 out there today. She is from Dublin, Ohio, plays for the High School of Dublin Jerome, and interesting fact is that her dad was an Olympic medalist for Sweden in the National Hockey League. So sport really runs in her blood.
Indeed.
And here we go. Sweden have early possession of the ball, unfortunately dropping it. Hoping to start dominating that game, really getting control over the pace of the game. We have a drive and shot, but it goes out back. Closest player was number 14, Elizabeth Fernhead. Victoria Fernhead just losing control, just getting used to that pressure added by the Spanish defenders there. Number 12, Ava Main, taking control. Shot, score! Beautiful, beautiful shot by Ava Main, who's committed for James Madison University, another NCAA Division I player there, heading off to Virginia next year.
And that is a goal by number 12.
As I said, a brilliant shot there, and good way to get things started for Sweden here.
Yeah, we're looking really dominant from the outset. Some of the players just getting used to the added pressure at this international level provided by those Spanish defenders. But I'm sure they'll come into their own very soon. So that player will be put number 17 for Spain. We've put 4 meters behind for a major foul. Victoria Fernhead with the ball there. Down to Ida Moden, behind goal. She drives the crease. Victoria Fernhead looking to see if that driving opportunity is available, whether she can get a step on a defender. Sweden hanging a little bit quite narrow at the moment in their attack. It's very close together. Here we go. Fortunately, she drops the ball, picked up by Spain's keeper.
No, excellent defense there from the Spanish team.
So So recognising the fast break isn't on there, looking to settle the ball, create some time for the Spanish girls to get creative.
Yeah, watching them in their scrimmage against Germany, they know how to create opportunities pretty well.
Yeah, we've got some cuts coming from the top of the fan. Very commonly used by international teams. As soon as you get the ball behind the goal, you want those cuts coming from the top of the fan because it cuts opposite the ball, so it turns your defender's head because they're busy looking at the ball. So checking in towards the sphere there. One of our officials from the UK, Brucey, is a hugely intense umpire, very knowledgeable, very, very strict umpire. They're going to have to be very careful with those kind of checks going forward. Bit of confusion there over whose ball it was, who was closest to the back line. So for our viewers that might not be familiar with that, when a shot goes off the back, it's the player that's closest to the ball as it goes off that back line that gets the ball back. So Sweden did very well to cause a turnover there by standing very close to that back line. Transition through the midfield by Ida Moden. Victoria Fernhead with the ball. She gets the ball, she's self-started and she's gone. Check across the body there. Major foul for Spain there. Shoot, scores! Victoria Fernhead.
They're kind of doing it all herself there, just running around the outside and find the opening in the goal there. So I need 2-0 Sweden right now, but anything can happen. It's a long game left to go.
Definitely. Emma McRae on the draw here for Sweden. Ball out towards Sweden. Held check there by Sweden. Ball goes to Spain. The umpires will take them back so that there's sufficient penalty for that held check. Spain hoping to create an opportunity now. They've recognised that it's a slow break on. So they need to work the ball around, making sure everyone's getting their touches in. Some two-man game there, drawing the double. Taken up by Sweden. Hustle on the ground ball. Lovely take there by number 13. Spain struggling with the transition up the field a little bit, struggling to create those fast break opportunities off the clear. But settling the ball nicely. Fortunately dropping the ball there as it comes out the stick on the cradle. Here we go, Ava Main. Caught by Elizabeth Fernhead, number 14 from Sweden. Foul given outside the 11. So you have plays being called by the Swedish coaches from the sidelines now. They're going to start some of their set plays that they'll have been practicing all season leading up until this point. Into the hole, player in the hole there. Found a triple team. Lovely check from behind there by number 8, Emma McRae. Brilliant check. Awesome defence from Sweden there. The triple team is drawn perfectly. Turnover again. Spain storming up the left-hand side of the field here, hoping to create that fast break opportunity. But the Swedish defenders are recovering really, really nice and well. Spain looking to settle the ball now. So shooting space drawn there. That's when a player is from the defensive team is in between the attacking player with the ball and the goal, makes it unsafe for them to take that shot. So unfortunately, Victoria Fern had just caught out there. Sorry, correction on that. Carla Jackson caught out there. So Sweden, Ida Moden with a free position here. Good decision, but just unfortunately dropped that pass there. It was the right decision to, draw Kira Runska there. She had a much better position with no defenders around her, so it was well seen, but just unfortunately she dropped that ball.
Mm-hmm. No, side of a good team is a lot of unselfish play. Being able to pass it to your teammate. And pass inside, saved by the Swedish goalkeeper. We've seen some excellent defense from Sweden so far.
Spanish players recovering well here, much better than they have previously. Awesome defense there, really stopping her in her path. Kira Riska scores. Kira rolling to her left there. Really opening up that space, losing her defender. All she needs is one step. See it there, left hand shot straight there. Sweden really settling into this game now, 3-0 up against the Spanish.
did there. They came into this tournament with high expectations, and so far it seemed to be meeting them. Just all around great play from them.
Victoria Fernhead again looking for that shooting space, as there is several of those Spanish defenders in the way. Unfortunately, good save by the Spanish keeper. And Victoria Fernhead will now chase down that goalie, trying to put pressure on this clear, making sure that they can't take their time with it. Keeper's coming out a long way now. It's going to be a long recovery back if this goes south. We're starting to see it now. Keeper really needs to make sure she's back in her cage. The Swedish now take the ball down into their third, their attacking third. Kiara Runska, number 18, telling her teammates to just calm it down a bit. They know they've got a long way to go in this game. They want to make, really get their touches in, make some gorgeous lacrosse. Practice some of these set plays that they've been trying. At the moment, not much off-ball movement. They've got the player in the hole. That means that somebody's in the centre there, doing some crease. We've got 30 seconds left in this quarter now. Spain will be hoping to really utilise this next 30 seconds. Try and create something at the last possible moment to make that a 3-1. Currently score stands at 3-0 to Sweden. Sweden pressuring the ball now, trying to move them on. Great tip through the air. So officials asking to stop the time there. They're going to award a yellow card there, I imagine, for a check to the head. So that will be a 2-minute time penalty for number 38, Sophia Rhodes Lorenzo. The way that the carding system works for 10s lacrosse is yellow cards are 2 minutes. You then get given a yellow-red, which is 5 minutes if it's for the same foul. So if she commits that same foul again, she gets yellow-red, that's 5 minutes off the field. Red card is expulsion immediately from the field for the remainder of that game. So she really doesn't want to be racking up those kind of penalties, as it now puts her team at a significant disadvantage, meaning that, there we go, that's time. The yellow card will roll over in this time, and it will make it increasingly difficult for Sweden, for Spain, to come back at Sweden, who are looking very, very comfortable going into this next quarter.
Yeah, very dominant first quarter for the Swedish team. 3-0 so far, and like you said, Spain being down to play with the yellow card, will help Sweden out a lot. But still a lot of game left to be played. Spain can come back, but we'll see.
Yeah, I think, so the Spanish need to just kind of get traction on their clears, get traction on the transition, making sure they're dropping back nice and early on those Swedish fast breaks, because they really are making the most of them at the moment. And working all together as a unit, I think the slides are coming a little bit late. In the Swedish side, on their defensive side, you see those triple teams coming immediately, putting heavy pressure on the ball, making sure they're getting those trail checks from behind, whereas the Spanish don't seem to have got that, fluidity within their defence at the moment, struggling to slide to the ball. We'll see some of these replays now of some of the shots in the last quarter. Women's European Championships here in Prague. Beautiful day for lacrosse. A little bit more blustery than I think a lot of us were expecting. Zach and I are currently up in a tower and it's swaying side to side every single time, you know, any kind of gust of wind comes. So it'll be really affecting play down there. And the sun as well at the moment will be increasingly difficult for the Swedish goalkeeper now. The sun is very restrictive. It, you know, can restrict goalkeeper's vision even more. Victoria Fernhead hopefully comes up with it, gaining possession. There we go. Securing possession for Sweden at the start of this second quarter now. And shot scored in almost what is the first minute of this game. First 30 seconds actually of this game. Sweden have already scored. I believe that was number 12. Ava Main.
Yeah, it's a beautiful feed there from Aya Moden. Give it to Maine, score the goal there. And already 4-0 in this game. So anyway, why do you think Sweden has been so dominant in this game? Is it their physicality, their speed?
Yeah, I think they're really they know their players very well, and I think they're utilising their fast midfielders very well on this transition, and in the attack as well. They don't wait around. You can see that they're really moving with purpose. You know, making sure that they come out with these, you know, these beautiful shots. And you know, I think unfortunately the Spanish just aren't denying those cuts that are coming through the fan. They really need to get in front of them and stop them from make it really, really difficult for them to get through. Because as soon as you get a cutter that's got momentum through the fan, you know, with her right hand up like she was in that last goal, you're essentially leaving it to them and allowing them to get that kind of amazing shot off. So I think the Spanish need to just work a little bit harder at making it more difficult. You can see there that they both of those Spanish defenders went for the stick rather than the body. The body kind of defends, that's what's going to slow somebody down through the midfield. You know, checks are last resorts at this kind of level because you're risking getting those kind of penalties for coming in towards the sphere. These girls need to get ahead of the ball, ahead of the player where they're running to rather than where they are currently now, and really slow them down through the midfield. Because that's what's making Sweden so dominant, is that all their players are already down there. So the Spanish girls need to slow them down through the midfield, and shot saved by the keeper. Spanish keeper. Keeper marked by Victoria Fernhead, number 9. So it was a good look there. She'll get that ball back for the physicality shown by Sweden there. And you can see the difference in speed there between the Swedish and the Spanish players there. You know, Spain looking a little bit unsure about what they're to do with that ball there. Scooped up by Victoria Fernhead again. Turn over to Spain. Catalina coming through, taking her hand off the stick, which gives the Swedish an opportunity. But that's a push by Sweden. So Brucey, the umpire, will give that back to Spain. Popping the player who's committed that major foul 4 meters behind the ball.
And a good attempt there, but passed it out of bounds, so it'd be a turnover, Swedish ball. After Spain, you really want to pump up the defense now, trying to limit Swedish from scoring.
Really scuffling for that ground ball. Catalina getting a bit cross there with some of the reffing, but she did get that ball back. Let's play to the whistle. So that's going to be a push in the back there from the Swedish player, number 13. She'll be drawn 4 meters behind. The Spanish girl repositioned by the umpires to make sure that the advantage is fair, and it was where the foul was committed at the time.
Spain trying to make something happen here in the second quarter. Down 4-0, they need any opportunity to score a goal they can. Good defense here from Sweden, keeping on the perimeter.
Just trying to set some two-man play up here. Setting picks from each other, hoping to get free, opposite ball. So what you have here is you have a player at the top, number 17, and then also a player, an outlet player at the bottom, number 23 behind the goal. And then on each side you've got pairs working, trying to get free from one another. It's also called a diamond offense. They've now overloaded one side, hoping that Catalina can get this drive off. But Sweden come with a check into the sphere there, so she will get a free position at the centre hash. Perfect positioning for a free position there.
Is that the golden opportunity here for Spain to get on the board here? Said saved by Sweden. And again, another missed opportunity for Spain.
See, the Swedish players are currently hanging back a little bit too far in the midfield when they really just need to turn and go straight to make sure that Sweden don't have that opportunity. Sweden slowing that ball now. Sweden playing with player in the hole, which means the player in the centre of the fan, who will do small steps, smaller movements to try and get a step free on her player. But number 4 from Spain, Cristina Somavilla, working very hard to try and make this very difficult, getting goal side of that ball. Now number 17, Catalina, on that player in the hole. Shot and score! What a brilliant drive and shot. 2 steps. Chiara Runska again for Sweden. You can really see why the NCAA Division 1 will be watching out for her as she joins Vanderbilt University in Nashville in the US.
Absolutely, just a brilliant strike there. Got past the goaltender there.
Self-draw up to herself. She has that opportunity as a right-hand drawer to push the ball out towards herself, blocking off her player behind her. Her player can't come over the top of her head and reach across her on the draw, so that guarantees she's going to get that ball from her. Number 12, Ava Main for Sweden. She opens up free. Oh, it was a very good opportunity for a give and go there. But the Spanish have the ball back, hoping to transition the ball up now. Number 38, Sofia Rhodes Lorenzo. She's a formidable straight defender coming up through the midfield at the moment for Spain. She's done a great job of trying to get those out. She's just been unfortunate that none of her players have been free for her as she transitions the ball out, but you can see that she's very, very fast, storming her way through some of those Swedish players. Sweden up again on the offense. Settling play, Ava Main, Chiara Runska. In the hole. Oh, unfortunately it doesn't come off that time. They'll recycle that ball and reset very nicely. The drive looking for the opportunity to the right-hand side. Shot and save by the Spanish keeper. She's made some fantastic saves this game.
She has, and good eyes there to stop the ball. Let's keep this game manageable for Spain.
Spain hopefully looking to start to get some traction, start to create something. Okay, so she's trying to charge through a double there. Doesn't come off the Swedish defense. Ava Main, one hand on her stick, coming through. One-on-one with the keeper. Keeper's out, and she misses an empty goal. Oh no, she will never hear the end of that from her teammates now. That's so unfortunate. But it was a great opportunity from a fast break for Sweden. Really, really unlucky there.
No, she does wish she has won that one back, but yeah, some little bit of laughter for her teammates from that one for sure. But still a good opportunity here.
Oh, she tried a little bit of a Twizzler there. Ava Main trying to diversify up her shots there, hoping the keeper can't see. It was very closely missed, very difficult shot to carry off. She has a step. And saved by the keeper. See there, you can see those kind of, you know, I'd hope they show those kind of shots in the replay, because the Spanish can kind of have a look and see how they're getting there a little bit too late. And the Swedish are really capitalising on those moments, you know, and they really shouldn't be being able to get through 3 people from the Spanish defence. Just a bit of earlier contact needed there, I think, from the Spanish. Really slowing them down in their drives. So they are very, very, very quick. Spain redefending a little bit better now. Number 8. And another save from the Spanish keeper.
Spanish goalkeeper Utswe Valpari making her case for MVP for the Spanish team this game. See some excellent saves and defense from her so far.
And that is a goal for Team Sweden. Number 8, Emma McCrae.
Right there, finding that space created by the stack.
Yeah, and just dominant so far from Sweden. And on the first full day play, I think we're seeing one of the favorites to win this whole thing.
Looking very, very impressive from Sweden. Their first time at this tournament, so they'll be very happy with this first game. You know, really taking it in their stride. Number 18, Kiara Runska, coming through with the drive again. Good decision to take the ball behind there. And shot and scored again. Sweden dominating, dodging their way through a flurry of checks and swipes through by these Spanish players. And this kind of goes back to what I was saying before. It's not the checking. Checking is last resort to get the ball out of somebody's stick. It's the body defense that will slow players down, making sure you're getting contact on those hips, directing them out wide. I think the Spanish players just set up a little bit too on the far right there of their player rather than the left to try and direct her out wide away from the centre. So I think they're struggling with that a little bit at the moment. But hopefully, you know, 50 seconds left in this second quarter. Hopefully, second half, Spain will come out fighting on the defensive side. Okay, what will the call be? Is a push there. Pushed by Sweden's 18 there, but equally Catalina needs to be very careful about taking her hand off the stick, because you can also be called for warding in lacrosse, which is when you have your stick on one hand and your other hand is free to push a player away. That's warding. you're warding off with your hand. So she's got to be very, very careful with that too. Flag has been set and goal! Goal for Spain by Catalina Borrega.
That has to be quite a relief to finally get on the board for Spain. And maybe, perhaps this would be the start of a comeback for them. And hopefully this gives them a confidence boost going into the half and then into the third quarter.
Yeah, then I hope that they can start to pull it back now that they've started to poke holes in the Swedish defence. As you can see. She got that step on her first defender, recognised that it was on. Quick change of direction. Amazing, amazing. Coming up with that again, and that is the first half here in Prague at the ELF Women's Division C game, for Sweden versus Spain. Sweden absolutely dominating this first half. You know, they can see how happy they are with the first game of the tournament so far, coming out so dominant against Spain. They really will be hoping to come top of their division. That includes Italy and Poland as well.
Sugar sweet, don't let no
the second half of the game.
With a score of 7-1 at the moment. Hopefully, I'm sure the Spanish coaches will be hoping to turn this around in the second half. Number 12, Ava Main with a shot in the first 20 seconds of this quarter. Unbelievable stuff. She is on fire today. Really, really strong on both her left and her right hands. Unbelievable.
Yeah, Sweden again starting strong at the bat here in this third quarter. Just continuing their dominance that we've seen so far today. And for Spain, you're really trying to press now and have some sense of urgency if you want to get back in this game.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's unbelievable. If you look at the stats in the last couple of quarters, the draw control, that's another one for Sweden. The draw control is really what's made this up. You know, it's really what's making this game, as well as the opportunities to score. You know, whilst Sweden have scored more shots wide than Spain have, they've had more scoring opportunities, and that has allowed for a scoreboard that looks like this at the moment as we enter the third quarter of this Sweden versus Spain game. And another brilliant save from the Spanish keeper. The Spanish keeper has made now 10 saves during this game alone in the last 30 minutes or so. Sweden not getting that trail check from behind there. Spain hoping to settle into potentially some work behind the goal. Asking for cuts from the top, very commonly used to kind of get the flow of the game going. Looking for early scoring opportunities into a slow break, which is when the ball is slowed and passed around. And I imagine soon they will start to get touches, work on their two-man game. Looking at their options for a two-man game, from which you can set picks. You can do screens or mirrors from there, so it creates lots of opportunities to roll off from the kind of picks as well. Looking for an opportunity from Spain. So check across the body by the Spanish there. Ball given to Sweden. The girls struggling with the contact, struggling to slow the ball through the midfield, overshooting, allowing Sweden to move that ball on very, very quickly, dodging underneath, hoping for something, but scooped up by the Spanish keeper. It will be an interesting few games for Division C at the moment. Division C is all the newcomers from the to this new tournament, to the European Championships. So Italy, Poland, Spain and Sweden have never competed before at a European Championships for the under-21 division. So they've all been pooled into this Division C as they're not seeded for the tournament. So this will be their first opportunity to make their mark at the European Championships here in Prague.
And we talked about before, an excellent game between Poland and Sweden this morning. It should be an interesting group.
Yeah, Poland and Italy, okay, that's a shot that's gone off there. Poland and Italy was a really, really close game. I think it's going to be a real fight for second place in this Division C. I think Sweden will likely look very dominant against all the other remaining teams. But, you know, this is lacrosse. You never know what's going to happen. Number 5 for Sweden here with the free position. Hoping to make a second goal, and she does! She does! Through between the goalie's legs there. for a lovely bounce shot. These athletes know this turf. They know that bounce shots work excellently here. They will have seen it in the England and Czechia game yesterday, how England really made the most of the placement of their shots. And they know to go low is to go high.
Yeah, way to capitalize on an opportunity there for Spain. They need more of those if we really want to get back to this game, or at least cut the score by a little bit.
Definitely, she will be really chuffed with that. Anastasia Perez will be very, very chuffed with that. You know, whilst they may not have as many scoring opportunities as Sweden, they really do make the most of it. Taking those 100% shots when they're on, because they have to at this stage in the game. Unfortunate trip there for the Swedish player, allowing this, for the Spanish player, allowing the Swedish players to get that draw control and make some possession there. Ball now down in the Swedish third with a free position for 15. As I was saying yesterday, free movement, that now these rules have been introduced to the lacrosse game, really makes a difference for the free positions, because you can see number 14 would be a perfect position if she wanted to move that ball on. But good save by the Spanish keeper.
Yeah, we've seen permeate several of those throughout the game. It really kept this game from getting too out of hand for Spain.
Sophia Rhodes Lorenzo coming up with the ball again. An amazing straight defender. She's really integral to the Spanish transition, preferring to move the ball with her legs rather than, you know, that helps them to bypass the marking that Sweden and the redefending that Sweden have been doing. Because she's so fast, she is able to get up the sides of the pitch and transition the ball up for her teammates. Free position again for number 15. Hoping to get that opportunity to get this ball past the Swedish keeper. Unfortunately, she doesn't. One of the Swedish girls manages to get a very good trail check on the shot. Unfortunately, ending the Spanish hopes there of another goal at this stage. Shot score by number 7. Unbelievable stuff. That transition was so fast. It was unbelievable.
And that's Ruby Kazakowski on the goal for Sweden. Anyway, on each of the goals that Sweden scores, we see excellent ball movement, good coaching from Tessa Jackson.
Sweden really able to capitalise on the fast breaks here, as Spain struggle to redefend because of their immense speed throughout this game. Third quarter is always one of the trickiest quarters for teams to make sure that they keep that momentum through. Now the Spanish getting a bit confused there, leaving her undefended. Surprised she didn't try to get that shooting space as she entered the fan there, as the Spanish defender was quite far behind there. Sweden managed to retain possession, fortunately. Forcing her way through a double team there. Checking up towards the sphere. That will occur outside the fan, I believe. So it'll just be clearing the shooting lane in front. Oh no, she is being put on a hash mark, my fault, sorry. She's being put on a hash mark for a free position, to which the defenders get priority on the nearest adjacent hashes. Bit of confusion there from the umpires, who's blowing their whistle for that. And scored! Scored by... Sorry, saved is what I mean. Gosh. It's getting to me. Saved by the Spanish keeper, who is on fire. See, that's the type of defence you're looking for there by number 18. Kira Runska really hustling for the ball. Fortunately, she doesn't come up with it but she's slowed down the momentum of the Spanish team, making it really difficult for them to cross this half. She'll be chasing them behind. Okay, so 2 players from the Swedish team have been put behind for various successive fouls there, hopefully giving the Spanish an opportunity. Here we go. They'll be looking to settle the ball. Okay, number 77. See, that's the kind of play from Spain that just, you know, makes them realise that they are a little bit not as confident as they really should be. They're a talented group of women, but struggling to recognise when a fast break's on, when she's beaten her defender, and when to, you know, make that drive for goal. It's in the decision making that shows maturity at this level.
Spain trying to make something happen here.
I mean, they're really forcing it through the Swedish at the moment. You can see how close and clogged up they are in the fan, trying to form a stack, trying to get some pair work off, but really they're all standing. You can see that their heads, they're all standing watching the ball, hoping that something's going to happen there. But they really need to be working on that off-ball movement through the attack, otherwise the Swedish are going to just burn them for dust here, as you can see now. You know, ahead one-on-one with the keeper, shot, score from number 7. Just unbelievable fast breaks from the Swedish team. You know, capitalising on that Spanish uncertainty through the midfield and through the redefence.
It really puts, you know, fans of the sport in awe with what they're able to do. Like, every time they score a goal, just being able to find the open man, woman, and score the goal. Yeah.
You know, this is the reason that lacrosse is called the fastest game on 2 feet, and Sweden are really showing all the spectators here on the stands exactly what that means.
I'm supposed to be at merchandise.
You can see how close they're getting. You want your shoulder as close to the front of your stick as possible, trying to force it up and out. Looks like it might have been a foul by the Swedish there. I think some of the Swedish girls thought it might have been the draw taker, but it wasn't. But Sweden recovering well. Unfortunately, we see a push on Marina.
It looks like she might be injured here.
Might have an injury for Lucia Diaz-Makia.
Quickly gets up. Good time for Team Spain.
Hopefully she's okay. She looks like she's in a lot of pain with her shoulder at the moment, so she might have to come off and ask for a substitution on that push. Looking for an opportunity again, Sweden. Sweden getting that free position there for the push by number 17, Catalina. Ball goes off. So even if the Swedish player touches it and it still comes off of her, the shot still comes off her, as she is the closest player, she will still get that ball back. So it wouldn't be the same as if it's on a sideline, for example. Some of the more niche rules about lacrosse that you don't get in other sports. In the centre, player in the hole, Victoria Fernhead, unbelievable. Gosh, what a roll. Taking the ball on her right-hand side, stepping, rolling across. Her defender goes one way, she goes the other, stepping, beautiful shot one-on-one with the keeper there.
No, it's amazing feat after amazing feat for Team Sweden, and again, just dominant so far in this game.
Yeah, absolutely testament to the coaches here for the Swedish team, but also back home at Wickham Abbey, where their coaching is headed up by Ruby Smith, who plays for Team England at a senior level. It's unbelievable stuff. from the Swedish girls. You know, Sweden are really making the use of playing that player in the hole in the centre of the fan. Really makes open opportunities there for them, because they know they have the speed, but their play in the hole is how they will beat other teams who might be matched for their speed. It's shown to be really, really useful play in this tournament so far. You know, I actually really enjoyed some of the Spanish attack though that we did see. Their diamond formation was really cool to see. And that's a shot and another goal. Another goal for number 18, Kiera Rinska. Absolutely dominating this second half. 12-2. 20 seconds left on this third quarter now.
No, she's been proving throughout the whole game why she belongs in NCAA Division 1 for Vanderbilt. Just amazing play from her so far today.
Incredible. Yeah, no, I really think that, you know, three girls that stand out to me, number 18, number 15, number 12, you know, girls that have places at NCAA universities, some of them even for Division 1, which is, you know, every lacrosse player's dream to be able to play for Div 1. You know, they're really working together, even though they might not have played before outside of this at a college level. Normally rivals, but here teammates. Really working with each other. Their versatility is absolutely incredible. It's been beautiful to watch. Spanish girls here getting his foot on her defender, but unfortunately she loses the ball. What a shame, she really just had it there. She could have gone for it. Some fairly physical lacrosse there. Sweden will get the ball. Checks in towards the sphere there by Sweden. Not by Sweden, sorry, by Spain. And that is time on the third quarter here in Prague. Sweden leads 12-2 against Spain, dominating throughout the first three quarters of this game. They'll now be entering the last quarter, hoping to extend that lead, but also create some beautiful opportunities and practice some of their tactics that they will be taking on to their next game tomorrow against Poland at 11:30 tomorrow. Spain will be hoping to really improve their defence in the next quarter, to work on some tactics, maybe some high pressure defence to try and get that ball back for their next game tomorrow morning against Italy at 9 AM here in Prague. Should be a very interesting day coming up tomorrow. Thinking about later this afternoon at 2 PM, we have the Division B games starting off. So at 2 PM we have Israel, Ireland. It should be a really close game. Really looking forward to that one. And at 4:30 we have Germany, Scotland, which will be the highest quality game I think we will probably see. Two very senior teams with lots of senior players who have recently just come back from successive tours abroad outside of Europe, but also from the Eurolac Sixes in February in Portugal. So that will be Scotland, Germany at 4:30, and then at 7 PM tonight we have the Czechia team versus Wales, another very high quality game that I would recommend that you all stay tuned in for. That's Division A, follow up to yesterday's game, England versus Czechia, where England came out on top. But we will see you in the next couple of minutes for what will be the final quarter of Spain versus Sweden. Sweden looking to extend their lead and their dominance over this Division C so far. Thanks again to our sponsors at Checkmove and also Park Lane International School and Point Bench. We will see you in the next few minutes, ready for this fourth and final quarter. yet again. Now looking to settle, hopefully practicing a few of their common, more difficult, challenging attacking formations that they will have practiced ahead of their game tomorrow against Poland. And that's a goal for Sweden. The Spanish girls are now discussing what they can do to improve. Discussion looks like it's led by Lucia Diaz-Marquilla. She's able to recognise what was going on in that last section of Swedish play, hoping that they can learn, take away from this as a good learning opportunity to learn more about what the Swedish attack looks like as they may face them again in the playoffs from Thursday, Friday and Saturday onwards. So there, Sweden actually allowing the draw to go to number 12 there. And score! Again, Ida Moden, number 15, absolutely killing it today. She goes to Slippery Rock University in Pennsylvania, where she plays as number 33. Really taking all of her skills from Dublin, Ohio, over here to Prague today, helping out the Swedish team with what is a very difficult shot on her right-hand side, driving down through the left at a really difficult angle there, but pulling it off, absolutely pulling it off there. Score is now 14-12 to Sweden, extending their lead. See the Swedish again allowing that ball to go to their defensive midfielder, recognising that there might be a better matchup on the defensive midfielder rather than on their attacking midfield. So you can see these girls can just control the draw in a way that other teams and other players are just not able to. That is the benefit of having draw specialists on this team. They have great control. 1-on-1 with the goalie again. 15-2 now to Sweden. Unbelievable draw and dump there from the Swedish girls.
And that is another goal for Team Sweden. Number 13, Eva Vidal with the assist. Number 14, Isabel Fernhead.
No, seemingly every opportunity that Sweden has, they're able to score a goal. And it's just amazing to watch them this game so far.
You can see how chuffed the girls are as well with that kind of result and the diversity they have. You know, we were talking about diversity of shots yesterday in the England game, where, you know, some aspects of England's play can be very player focused, particularly people scoring quite a lot from people like Sophia Wise, who are very easy to shut down. But if you have a team like Sweden, who have such diversity in the people that they allow to shoot and that can open up opportunities and work together, can make it really difficult for other teams to lock those players off. And it makes it really unpredictable for teams. And that's gone off the back there. A throw has gone off the back line there, so that will be a Swedish ball. Hopefully they can make the most of this transition now, moving the ball nice and early. There we go, before a player can get to her. Ball goes to Sweden again. Sorry, to Spain again. Picked up by Victoria Fernhead. No, that's not correct, I'm sorry. Picked up by Calla Jackson, sorry. That will likely be 4 meters behind for the Spanish player. 1-on-1 with the goalie. Here we go, number 14. Unbelievable. Elizabeth Fernhead, following her sister Victoria Fernhead's lead in putting her name on the scoreboard today. Such a diversity of the Swedish girls today in scoring, creating these opportunities, particularly from this fast break. That positioning was incredible. Really popping herself in the right place. Brilliant feed as well from the player assisting her. Moving the goalie, wow.
No, it truly was, and no, has to be an amazing feeling getting to play with your sister on such a big stage.
Yeah, as well, and co-managed by their mum as well. It's a real family occasion, family trip to Prague. Imagine this is what lacrosse families do. They go on a lacrosse holiday. I mean, what better weather here today in Prague? It's been absolutely astounding.
It's absolutely beautiful.
Sweden taking control now, circling the ball behind the goal. After an attempt at a drive on the elbow. Spain are now sending that double team. Well, there's some confusion now. Now the Spanish need to really reset and think about their positioning. They're all in a line here. You know, this doesn't create depth in terms of their clearing to all, you know, position themselves at the top of the third. But they've managed to make it through the Swedish redefense. Number 19, Kristina Alkova-Tora, settling that ball now. She's going to face some pressure from the Swedish defense though, because they're not going to want to wait around for them. Number 17, Catalina, who has been on the scoreboard here in Prague already today, settling and dictating play, getting into their diamond formation. So as I said before, you've got two outlet players running top to bottom and vertical, waiting for that drive, but also hoping that the pairs work on the elbows can create an opportunity. They seem to be waiting for the drive at the top by number 17, Catalina, who has a free position on the first hash. And that is saved by the Swedish goalkeeper, but Spain regain possession, hoping to get into their formation once again. And you know, it's quite static attack from the Spanish at the moment. It might be more helpful if they allow the pairs to work, one of them with the ball on the elbows rather than waiting for that drive up at the top, because it seems as though Sweden are blocking that drive at the moment. Spanish hoping for something here, setting up some picks, but if she fails to roll off the pick there, could have had an opportunity at that point. I think it's just working together, a bit more focus on, you know, the development of the pairs' offense beyond just setting a pick for somebody. It's rolling off that pick, gives and goes from that point, screens, mirrors, adjusting to how the Swedish defenders move. But they've managed to draw that free position now from the centre hash. Yeah, that's the perfect place for a free position, the free position that everybody dreams of. Goes off just wide.
Good defense there from Sweden.
Absolutely solid defense there from number 4, Carla Jackson. And a great check as it hangs out. But advantage was previously given, so the check across the body there was given by the umpires. Number 23, Elena Losada Santana on the second hash now. And oh, unlucky. Brilliant save by the Swedish keeper off her left shoulder.
Yeah, getting creative with that save there.
See, there we go. So that was better development of the pick there from the Spanish. Just unfortunately tipped by the Swedish defence. So 3 seconds inside the fan given by number 9, Victoria Fernhead. When defenders are inside the fan that you can see marked out on the pitch, you cannot be you have to be within a stick's length of a player for whilst the period while you're in there. If you're and shots and scores by Catalina Barrega. That brings the Spanish up now.
By number 17, Catalina González Castillo.
You can see this free position on the screen now. Brilliant shot, top left-hand corner. Such power from her too. Brilliant shot.
It was, and no, may not be able to get back into this game right now, but a boost of confidence going into your games tomorrow and the next day as well.
Yeah, exactly. And knowing that you can take those kind of shots up against, you know, such top quality, you know, international goalkeepers as is the Swedish goalkeeper, you know, gives you that extra confidence boost to be able to get a shot past Emily Backlund. Straight off the draw there. Picked up by Sweden. Chased down by the Spanish. Three minutes left now in this quarter, this final quarter of the game. Sweden leading 16-3 against Spain. Brilliant defense there from the Spanish. But the give and go was there. Fortunately, feed wasn't quite perfect. So it's a push by number 38, Sofia Rhodes Lorenzo. She'll get put 4 meters behind. Swedish really taking their time now, getting those touches in, hoping for an opportunity. Some confusion in the Spanish defense at the moment, but they seem to be getting away with it. And the Spanish will come up with the ball. Will be put out on the top of the 11 to take that advantage. Choosing to use her legs rather than move the ball in transition with the ball. There we go. Here we go. 2 slides. Popped it off. And shot scored by the Spanish. An unbelievable fast break. That's the kind of thing they're looking for. And they finally found their rhythm. Finally found their rhythm in this game, bringing the score up to 16-4.
Yeah, beautiful play there from the Spanish, and another goal for them.
And that's the kind of momentum they need to come out with in this, you know, the first quarter of their next game tomorrow against, I believe it's Italy. Yeah, against Italy. You know, the Italians are very, very quick and also have a lot of D1 NCAA players. So the Spanish will hopefully be trying to get into that flow for tomorrow. Two minutes left now in this final quarter. Last 2 minutes of the game will be played under stop clock, same as the last 30 seconds of each individual quarter. Spanish redefending very hard now. Really wanted to get that ball off Victoria Fernhead, but she's cradling it nice and close to her chest. Victoria Fernhead getting that one shot. Oh, unlucky, unlucky. Straight to the keeper's body there. She just needs to place it a little bit better next time, but you know, it was worth a shot. Great redefense again by the Swedish, really riding that ball. What a check. Unbelievable. Force there, but unfortunately came from behind towards the sphere. One step shot. Oh, unlucky, she hits the crossbar. I think you should be given extra 10 points for that, because it's very difficult to do that. It's always when you don't want to be able to do it, that's when you hit the crossbar. Frantic transition by Sweden here. Frantic passing there from Victoria Fernhead, really trying to get it out as soon as possible. The last couple of minutes in this quarter now. Spanish interception. She'll be looking for this fast break, but she's got 5 defenders down in her end versus 2 of them. So she takes that decision to slow the ball, even though they've got 40 seconds left. There's a lot of time, as we've seen it in the sixes tournaments. Really fighting her way through 4 successive defenders there. Checks flying everywhere. Everyone starts to get tired towards the end of a quarter, an end of a game. It's when people become complacent. The discipline starts to fall, so you get free position opportunities like this here. Shot, score! In the last 30 seconds of this game, Spain are really racking up their goals, clawing back at the Swedish. Just shows you it's not over until it's over. Really making the most of these opportunities that they're getting.
Exactly. For Spain, focusing on the positive, we've been able to score goals, a few goals at least, against top class defender in the Swedish goalie number 17, Emily Bethlen. And as you said, game against Italy tomorrow, they're looking to come up on those positives and try and make something happen and maybe pull out a win tomorrow.
Yeah, definitely. You can train, these girls will train, every month as a squad for a whole weekend. But outside of that, you don't see each other. And so quite a lot of the time you can see that girls that aren't used to playing with one another take a little bit of time to get some traction in tournaments like this, whereas Sweden have come out absolutely on fire today from the get-go. But the Spanish have taken a little bit of time to get used to playing with one another, to get used to creating those opportunities together. And I think over the next day, between now and their game tomorrow morning, they will be discussing their more settled attack and how they can make up most of opportunities. And that is time. Sweden take home the win. 16-5 against the Spanish. Dominant from the outset. It's what they would have been hoping for and what they would have expected against Spain today.
Yeah, very good match for Sweden. Just, as you said, dominant in all facets of the game, really. And then for Spain, like we said, look on the positive today, score 5 goals, and then come out tomorrow against Italy strong.
Yeah, exactly. I think the Spanish have a lot to take away from this. Lots of learning opportunities, but also some moments of absolutely beautiful lacrosse. Their free position shot placement is incredible. The girls have done really great. But, the victory of Sweden today, the champions of today, I think we'll say, were Sweden absolutely dominant from the outset. Some moments of absolutely gorgeous lacrosse. It was an absolute pleasure to watch them today and to see their diversity that they have to take forward into the rest of their group stage matches, but not only in their group, but further on as well. Thinking towards Thursday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday's finals coming here. I think Sweden are a real team to be reckoned with. And big top teams like Scotland, Germany, England and Czechia, Wales, they will be looking at Sweden as newcomers to this tournament with bated breath, as they really are a force to be reckoned with going forward. Now we will see the MVPs given out by the officials in a moment. Who was your MVP for today for Spain?
For Spain, I have to go with the goalie number 71, Utsue Paris. She made some amazing saves. What a few go by, still kept Spain in the game for most of the period.
Definitely, I definitely have to agree with you on that. I think she did great. She really rose to the occasion, making save after save after save against some of the top players on the international stage. For Sweden, I think I'd have to give mine to Victoria Fernhead, who really made her mark from the outset, scoring the first goal of this game and continuing to be a real asset. So the officials have given Ava Main, as I said before, she is committed to playing at James Madison University NCAA Division I in Virginia next year. I'm sure they'll be watching and seeing some of the incredible shots that she took today. real asset she was to her other teammates, supporting her other teammates through the transition, but also, you know, in their attacking formation.
Spain, the most valuable player of the game has been voted number 71.
Number 17. Number 71, their goalie, matching matching Zach's prediction for today. Their goalie did an incredible job to keep the scoreline lower. Because Sweden had several scoring opportunities, but she was like an absolute wall today. Unbelievable goalieing, really rose to the occasion. I'm sure her teammates and her coaches will be very, very proud of her. So that is all we have for you here today for the Swedish-Spain game. They will now go and greet their fans on the stands. Lots of fans from both teams out in support this morning. And then we will be back for the Israel-Ireland Division B game at 2 p.m. this afternoon, which will be a very tight game, I expect, between Ireland and Israel. So I'm very, very excited for that. But please do join us. Thank you so much for watching this Swedish-Spain game. Sweden are the victors of today, coming out on top. Looking very dominant in Division C so far. A bright future ahead of them for the rest of the tournament, I'm sure. Spain, a lot of lessons to learn, particularly on their defensive side of things, which I'm sure they will take away, but I think they can do them. They did themselves proud today, particularly their keeper. Absolutely phenomenal performance from her. Yes, we will see you this afternoon at 2 p.m. for Ireland, Israel. Enjoy your lunch before we have an absolutely phenomenal standard of lacrosse coming up soon for this afternoon's games.
So thank you for tuning into this game. And as I said, we'll have the other game at 2 o'clock. There'll be another color commentary there for that game. But thank you for having me on, Annie, and I look forward to being on tomorrow.
Yeah, thank you for joining me, Zach. Well done. It's very exciting.
Yeah.
So, as I said before, it'll be Israel rather. Ireland, Israel at 2 p.m. followed by Germany, Scotland, one of the biggest games of this tournament for this division stages at 4:30 p.m. Then at 7 p.m. we have Czechia, Wales, the follow-up to the game yesterday for Division A. Really exciting afternoon to come, so please do join us then. We will see you then.
Ready for you now.